Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit different than what I normally do, but there is a big policy update on Poshmark that is going to impact a lot of people's stores. And so I wanted to make a note about it and make a specific video about these policy changes, kind of as a warning, because if you're not aware of this new policy, you could really hurt your Poshmark store, especially if you are selling a lot of items on there like I do. I have a 5,000 item store on Poshmark, and this is definitely going to be a major change in how I run my business there. So I wanted to let all of you know about their changes so that you can be ahead of the curve as well and make sure that you're not getting any defects or getting shadow banned or anything like that on Poshmark. So I am going to kind of turn to the side and read exactly what their Poshmark policy is so that you guys can hear it out loud, and then we'll kind of discuss it. So I'm going to be kind of looking away, but just because my computer's right over here. So as far as I know, I think this announcement was made today. Today is April 24th, and it doesn't actually go into effect until May 1st. So you have a little bit of time to make some changes, but this is what they say. Policy update: excessive listing removal. At Poshmark, we're committed to creating a marketplace where shoppers can easily discover items they love, and every seller has a fair chance to succeed. To support this goal, we've introduced a new policy to prevent excessive listing removal and relisting that will go into effect on May 1st, 2025. Keeping your closet active by adding new items rather than recycling old listings helps with discoverability, attracts repeat buyers, and there's like something blocking it, I can't see, and adds to more sales. Anyway, what we're changing: the following actions will not be permitted: repeatedly moving or removing or relisting the same items. Any action that circumvents marketplace listing policies in order to gain unfair search or marketing advantages. Sellers who engage in these behaviors will be notified, and continued violations could result in a temporary restriction on creating new listings. We appreciate your partnership in creating a fair marketplace where everyone can thrive. Please share any feedback by filling out this form. Okay, so specifically what they're saying is they're not going to allow removing excessive amounts of listings in order to relist. The wording, though, I've seen some people online saying that if you're cross-listing to lots of platforms, and let's say you make a lot of sales on eBay, and that's causing a lot of items to be removed from your Poshmark store, because once it sells on eBay, you automatically will need to delete the listing from Poshmark, that could flag your store. But the way that I'm reading it is, it sounds like, because they're putting that all in one sentence, I think what they're saying is a lot of people like me have gotten in the habit of delisting a listing and creating a brand new listing for the same item. In fact, Poshmark even has, as far as I remember, a tool on their platform that allows you to quickly do that, where you create a brand new listing to make it a fresh listing and delete the old listing. You can copy the listing and make a new one, and then you delete the old one. Well, they're discouraging that. So I think it's because large stores like mine, I will admit I do this, are relisting so many items that it's just recycling old listings and not bringing fresh new listings to the platform. So like I mentioned, I have nearly 5,000 active listings on Poshmark, and I try to relist about 100 a day to keep my entire store recycling every 60 to 90 days. So I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore. Now, I use my Vendoo platform. I use Vendoo for cross-listing, and I also use it to delist and relist, so that way I can do multiple delisting and relisting at a time. I'll do it to all the platforms that the item is on. So Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, and eBay, and any other platform that it might be listed on, I'll relist them all at the same time. So from now on, I will have to make sure that I don't do that with Poshmark. I can continue to do that with Mercari and eBay, but really Poshmark was the platform that I found the most traction when creating a new listing. So that's going to definitely disrupt the flow of my store. So that's a bit disappointing, to be honest, because I like having my listings to be fresh and new, and things are going to start to get stale when you can't constantly relist them. So that's only going to make it more of a priority to make sure that you're investing in items with a fast sell-through rate so that it doesn't become super stale on your platform, because basically they're not allowing you to delete and relist items. Now, it does say specifically excessive delisting and relisting, so it may be okay to do it here and there. Is from what it sounds like especially in a situation where, let's say you list an item and then you realize that your listing has a major error in it, like maybe you put the wrong size by mistake for like a pair of shoes and you accidentally list them as a 6 when it's really an 8. You might want to completely delist it and relist it as a new listing because it's totally different size. So I've done that in the past. So it does specifically use the verbiage excessive delisting and relisting. So I think it will still be allowed. You will still be allowed to do that from time to time, but they don't want you doing what I do and delisting and relisting hundreds of items a day. But this doesn't start till May 1st. So as of right this moment that I'm talking to you, I actually have my Vendu currently delisting and relisting items because I want to get as many done in the next few days as I can so that my store is as fresh as possible heading into this new policy. But I don't know. That is specifically what this announcement says. Let me know your thoughts. It is a bit vague on the verbiage on how it's talking about removing listings. It doesn't specifically say only removing listings to relist, but that is what I'm reading into it. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think that they're trying to discourage people from cross-listing to other platforms in general? Or do you think they're just trying to stop people from doing what I do, which is removing old listings and creating brand new ones with the same item, same exact listing? I'm not changing or tweaking anything when I relist. I just let my machine, my bot do it for me, and it just takes it down the old one and puts up a new one that looks exactly the same. So I think that's what they're discouraging. They don't want people doing that anymore because they want the items showing up in new, just freshly listed, to be actually freshly listed and not old recycled listings that we're trying to bring fresh eyes to. So that is my take on it. Let me know what you guys think. And definitely, if you're like me, if you're doing a bunch of delisting and relisting on a daily basis, you need to make sure you stop by the end of this month, because it sounds like there could be some adverse actions on your account if you continue to do that. So beware, and share your thoughts below. But that's it for this quick video. Just wanted to make people aware of this new policy if you haven't heard of it. And I would love to hear you guys' input and feedback below as well. So thank you so much for watching this video today. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.